A heady encounter is about to take place at Headingley in England. Hello and welcome to My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. It is West Indies playing Afghanistan. That's match number, 42 now? It was 41 yesterday, so it's 42 now. My basic math has not gone to sleep like the match last night. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me, Joy Bhattacharjya and Zaheer Khan. Of course, Zach has decided that probably checking Twitter or Instagram is a more worthy cause than checking out what's happening in this game. I just hope that the teams are a little more interested in this game than the rest of the world.
Well, they are, for sure. There is no doubt about it.
I like the sell. Just throw a little more, brother. Little more.
They are interested, of course.
Just punch it in.
And you have to find a way of enjoying the game.
That's true.
So that's something which is very important. And if you're a cricketer, active cricketer, then you have to have that passion to enjoy the game of cricket. And,
to play every game. You're right. You're right.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Mind you, playing a dead rubber match is never easy.
There you go. The truth now. Please go to close up.
But a World Cup game is a World Cup game.
Yeah.
So that's something which...
Tell us about the earlier part, about playing a dead rubber is not easy.
It's not at all easy. Where watching is going to be easy. But yeah, you have to motivate yourself to play that. Afghanistan will not have any issues dealing with this kind of match, because they are in that kind of situation all the time. They are keen to learn. It's always about going out there and expressing themselves. Even though they started the World Cup with too many issues going in terms of the cricket Afghanistan, having some issues with the players. There's some power struggle going and all that.
Yeah, they cleared the decks there, didn't they? It was like pure ghar ke badal dalunga,
wasn't it? It took them a while, but they figured that okay, they got to focus on the game and find a way of enjoying the game. That is what.
That's what it is, right?
As far as West Indies is concerned, we've seen. I think that West Indies has been very disappointing in the World Cup. They started with a lot of hopes. With Gale coming back, with a few of the other players coming back in the side, but has been a bit of disappointing campaign for them. So for them also it's important game, because they've not been able to close matches so far in the tournament. So at least against Afghanistan, you will expect them to close the match.
Go boom, boom. You wanted to add something about the dead rubber, I know.
Not so much about the dead rubber. It's that basically you have two choices nowadays. Now, either you can watch a soap opera like Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu, or you can watch the Afghanistan cricket board at this point in time.
I would rather watch anything to avoid Saas and Bahu.
There is no difference between the two.
You could give me a root canal instead of watching Saas and Bahu.
Daulat Ahmedzai, who is the chief selector, who's 34 years old. So that's one of the problems. If you have a player who's played very close, then his perspectives are also very different, because he's played with Shehzad, he's played with a lot of these guys. So, sometimes he doesn't get perspective. So he just put out a tweet very clearly saying that I think it is because of poor preparation by the coaches for the tournament.
Yeah, correct.
To which the chief coach has just put out a tweet 2 days back, Phil Simmons, saying very politely that I'm waiting for the end of the World Cup so I can tell them exactly what Mr. Ahmedzai has done.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's a lot of tweets going around, and especially yesterday, since Instagram was down, Facebook was down, WhatsApp was not downloading media, all of Zuckerberg's empire was basically down. You got to put something out, right? People can't talk to other people. They've got to talk to social media, right? So that's what they were doing. But I just want to stick to dead rubbers for just one more second, right? Joy, you spent some time with KKR where pretty much half the tournament was dead rubbers.
One tournament.
Come on, it's
one tournament.
They won 2 after that.
One tournament.
They won 2. It's okay. I can do a joke on it now. Yeah. So what was the?
It's horrible. It's horrible mostly because it's motivating the guys to go out and do. So it's not so bad if you're, say, in case of Afghanistan, exactly as you say, it's their first World Cup. They're wide-eyed, they're looking, it's a World Cup game.
And they want one win.
Yeah,
They're like, one win is...
Yeah, come on, we want to put our names on the board, it's our best chance and all that. These guys have just won one, we could be better than them. And we could end up at, 9th spot instead of 10th spot, which is what they're fighting for right now. Who's going to
They can't go to the 9th spot, but still, they can. We'll see the points table. They can't, but they still won one win.
Yeah, they won one win.
West Indies got a rained out, right?
Yeah, they got a rained out,
There will not be any change in the points table
that's true.
after this match.
Yes.
Because West Indies' net run rate is also not great to South Africa.
Better than that.
So they can't really go over South Africa. I mean, they're really fighting for scraps there, right? But for Afghanistan, just the 2 points.
They made in World Cup win.
Yes.
Isn't that big for you?
That's it. That's the motivation for them.
Yeah. So for them, they're okay. For the West Indies...
Didn't they win in 2015 though?
No, none of those would they play the World Cup? I don't think.
2015, yeah, 2015. But their first win in this tournament, so that's good enough.
No, did they win? Who did they win against in 2015 though?
Scotland.
Okay, fine.
Come on.
Okay, fine.
What's that reaction?
You got me, you got me.
Don't you put down the good Scots, I say. The good Scots has given us a lot.
Yes.
Yes? They've given us the spirit of the game and they've given us the spirit.
And they've given us skirts for women. Skirts for women. What more do you want in life?
That's right. So, Zach, has that ever happened with you during an IPL season where you're playing last couple of games, you're like, dude, we're out now, there's no chance. What's the...
Has happened.
It has happened.
Yeah. The first season of IPL, in fact. You know, we've lost, I think, RCB lost about 11 games in that first season.
Out of 14, yeah.
And you just feel that
And the last season.
Last season I have no clue.
I'll tell you what. Okay, I just want to
Let's not go there.
I just want to tell people.
Let's not go there. We have some experts from that camp here sitting in our studio.
Exactly. I want to add one thing. The reason why sometimes I rib on KKR and RCB is because the entire Cricbuzz office is just divided down the center. Half of them are KKR fans, half of them are RCB fans. The problem is that, you know, being a cricket portal, you'd think there's a little bit of objectivity and impartiality that's here. Nope, not here. People are wearing their shirts and walking around. So that's what there is. So I prefer to stay neutral. I will rib everyone.
What about your Delhi Capitals? Hold on, Delhi Capitals. You've been campaigning for them, yeah.
That's only because I'm producing that documentary. It's purely a commercial call that I've taken.
I'm so glad we've clarified it.
Exactly. As a producer, of course, I back them. But yes, sorry. So you were saying you lose that many games, then you're going out to play, like for West Indies today, right? It's like really nothing to sort of gain out of it. What do you tell? Is there chat in the morning? What do you do? Do you chill? Do you have breakfast without talking?
You actually once you try your best and things are not going your way, you actually go the other way.
Yeah.
You know, where you say that, okay, no team meetings.
Maza.com.
Yeah. It's just like, you know, you have to take the pressure off. You know, you have to just go back to basics and just go out there, play the game of cricket, enjoy the game of cricket, and come back. And that's when you've seen a lot of teams have turned things around also. Like,
yeah,
absolutely.
That's the only way. You know, end of the day, pressure is always there. The pressure of performance, pressure of going out there and doing well for your country is always going to be there. But you have to find a way of switching off as well. And switching on, you know, and that's what I've been talking about this Indian team also during the World Cup. What I liked about the campaign of Indian team during this World Cup is the fact that they've looked relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, they're at no stage they've given any impression where they're feeling the pressure of World Cup or they are doing something different just because it's World Cup. You know, so it works both the ways. And with West Indies, I think now. In the previous match, it was Jason Holder was finding it hard to get everyone going on the field.
Yeah.
You know, so that's something which they need to move on from, because it's a last game, won't be that much of an issue because you're talking about what, 3.5 hours, 50 overs. That's a fact. You know, so they will go out there, have fun and enjoy the game, you know, and batting first. So hopefully we'll see some fireworks from Chris Gayle as well.
I really hope we do. And there's one more thing though, right? I mean, they're in about 3.5 weeks. They're hosting India for a rather long tour. You don't want to go from a World Cup with that on your mind saying, all right, we're going to be playing, you know, I don't know where India is going to land up, but you get the trophy, you play the finals. That disparity, and then go into it just feeling mentally a little sort of down, right? I mean, that could, it's reputation.
No, they'd want to get something. The other is that, you know, this tournament is literally the last of what should be the changing of the guard in West Indian cricket.
Yeah.
You know, there was a great generation, especially of T20 players, ODI and T20 players, Gale, Samuels, Bravo, this thing, you know, Pollard, all these guys now are gone. The new generation is going to come in completely. And that, I think, is going to make a huge difference to West Indian cricket. So this is a transition phase for them.
Yeah.
It's really important that they do it well. And to do a good transition, you need two things. You need juniors to perform, but you also need seniors to lead them in gracefully.
Yeah.
You know, this is Jason Holder's West Indies team is going to become the brave new West Indian team. Hopefully, they'll make such calls because, you know, I know that Gayle has made a statement saying that he'd like to continue playing. But there's this little matter of a selection committee which needs to think that, you know,
some formality.
He deserves to be selected as well.
Yeah, it's either like in gully cricket. If you had the bat, you decided if you wanted to play or you didn't want to play or where you wanted to bat. This is not gully cricket, man. It's international cricket. All right, West Indies are indeed batting first. They won the toss, did Jason Holder, and said they're going to have a bat. Let's have a look at what their team is. As expected, we discussed this last night. Evan Lewis coming in for Sunil Ambrish. That has happened. And Kemar Roach has come in. and he's come in place of Shannon Gabriel. It's a good team. You look at this team, you're like, check the boxes. Explosive openers, a solid number 3, middle order fireworks, somebody to hold it together, late order fireworks, Brathwaite, Allen, all the bowling options. It just baffles me, Zach, how they've only won one game.
I mean, they were certainly the dark horses for this World Cup. You know, they had the resources to make that dent in the World Cup and topple those top 4 which everyone have been talking about. So they certainly had that ability. It's just that things have not come together for them. In terms of inexperience, has caused them as well. They were pretty much stuck in that T20 format.
Yeah.
So not really building an innings, not really adapting to the 50 overs. At times in 50 overs you feel it's a long time.
Yeah.
It's more than twice the size of T20 innings. So that is something which was missing. Players coming in and stepping in when just the individuals. So Carlos Brathwaite had an impact as an individual. You had Chris Gayle scoring in that one match. Then you had Pooran
century.
Scoring that century, but not getting the team through.
Yeah.
So individuals have been showing the sparks, but as a team, they just couldn't put that puzzle together.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I just want to pick up on his point because that's exactly the point. They've received small contributions. Never also enough on the same day.
Yeah.
See, what happens is, suppose you have a situation where, why have they won just one match? You have a situation where you have, if 3 guys perform on one day, they'll win one match.
Yeah.
What's happened to them is 2 guys have performed here, 2 guys have performed there. Never have the collective effort been enough to take them over the line after the first match.
It was almost that the centuries were like rescue efforts because everybody else contributed too little.
Yeah.
It was almost a crisis.
So instead, if say 3 of them have performed on one day, they might have had 3 wins and had worse losses. But hey, you lose, you lose. It doesn't matter whether you lose by 100 runs or 70. On the points table, the days you have it, you should win.
Yeah, so
that's not what
that's
happened.
the difference between T20 cricket and 50 over cricket. In T20 cricket, one superlative performance can really blaze the opposition away.
One can.
But in 50 over cricket, you definitely need 2 or 3 such performances. And when it came together for them was against Pakistan, when the entire bowling attack checked in together. And Pakistan is looking at this and going, considering they're going to miss out by so little, they're like, just us, West Indies? Why us? Why was that the day you chose to all check in together, right?
Absolutely.
It is what it is. All right, you can make your team as well, and hopefully your team will perform beautifully today. Everybody will check in. Your My 11 Circle team. Of course, you've downloaded the app. The game today is Afghanistan and West Indies. Chance for you to get a lot of points because there's some solid game changers, right? Who are you going to pick? Which one of them is going to check in? Which one of them is going to get 100 and get you all the points? Oh, with both these teams, it's kind of tricky to pick. All right, Afghanistan have also made a couple of changes. Let's have a look at their team now. Here it is. There's Daulat Zadran has come in for, who's he coming for? Hamid Hassan and Shahidi are not playing, and Saeed Shirzad has come in. So, 2 bowling changes.
Saeed Shirzad has been part of the squad, or he has been brought in later?
He was brought in because
he was brought in later. So
he came in for Aftab Alam.
So he will be playing his first match in the World Cup. Yeah. So it's a great opportunity for him as well. We'll get to see what's the new talent looking like for this team. There was some talk around wicket might be helping the seamers up front. So we'll have to see whether there is any help for the seamers. If that's the case, then Daulat Zadran will also have a good time. So is Gulbadin Naib. He has been bowling few no balls in this tournament, so he'll have to avoid those kind of things. Also, Nabi. Nabi has made that impact in the Sri Lanka match as well. He's bowling beautifully. West Indies batsmen over the years, we've seen that spinners has not been their playing spin has not been their strong suit.
It's not in their blood. Like they're not genetically coded to play the turning ball.
Nabi also floats that ball slowly in the air. Uses that drift pretty nicely. So that will be a good battle to see. How the left-handers which are there in West Indies team, how they
There's a lot of them.
Lot of them. And Rashid Khan also has been having a tough tournament, isn't he? He's been He's been struggling with form. People have been putting pressure on him this World Cup. So here's another opportunity for him to gain some confidence from this match and pick up some wickets before he finishes.
5 wickets in 8 games.
Yeah. The other thing is that the economy rate of 5.88, it's a bit misleading. You'd think that it's not bad actually, but the fact of it is he's got it in a lot of chances where Afghanistan put up very few runs on the board.
Yeah.
So the guy who was chasing, if you're chasing 140, 150, you don't need to really score very fast. So they could play him out. So a lot of that has also happened. The other interesting thing is Mujib and Chris Gayle know each other very well. They play for the same Kings 11 team, so they know each other. I'll be very fascinated to watch because the last time that, if you remember the qualifiers, who was the guy who knocked them out? Mujib knocked them out of the qualifiers.
Yeah, correct.
And took 4 wickets, and he was
Mujib and Rashid both have a good record against West Indies, in fact. Mujib, of course, in that last game that you were talking about, but both of them are quite...
7 wickets, yeah. Both of these are pretty impressive records. And I think every spinner in the world looks forward to playing against the West Indies.
Yeah.
If you have to play against a team, let's play against the West Indies.
And they have 3. So there might be 30 plus overs of spin.
Yeah, you know they're coming. You know against the West Indies they're coming. You know there's flight and loop coming because they want to see the West Indian batsman going... Cake. Oh, right? that's what happens. Your eyes just light up when you do that. Of course, you're looking at West Indies and Afghanistan now. You're looking at the ground. The ground's got strange dimensions as well, which has pretty much been par for the course when it comes to West Indies. Again, one boundary behind the bowler's head, the other one. It's sort of weird dimensions here at Headingley. But what is with West Indies batting? What is the score that they're looking at? Are they just looking at saying, guys, just optimize, man, play 50 overs. Don't look at scoring 500. It seems like whenever West Indies comes out to bat, they're only looking at 500 or bust.
And that's important for them. You can't just keep on whacking those balls for big sixes and boundaries. You have to first get in, and there are phases of games.
Yeah.
In ODIs particularly, you have to build those innings. So like how New Zealand approaches, they've not been scoring runs in this tournament, but usually their formula is to go hard in first 10, then accumulate, and then go hard again. So every team has different way of approaching their innings and building their innings and getting to a respectable total. With England also, we've seen that they go bang through and through. But they have that kind of a batting lineup, where someone like Root stabilizes that.
Yeah. So
similarly for West Indies, it's Shai Hope who they bank on in terms of stabilizing that innings. So if he gets out, and we've seen that in this tournament, they've struggled when he has not scored runs.
Yeah.
Because he's their anchor. After that, if anyone who has looked good taking singles, doubles is the captain himself.
Yes, no doubt.
Apart from that, it's all power hitters and looking to play that high risk shots. So high risk shots actually get you in trouble. So you will either score huge or you will get out on a tough track. So if it's gripping a bit, unless it's like a belter of a wicket, like proper cement road where the ball is coming with true bounce, then only they'll be able to make that impact because everyone can use that power. So far in the World Cup, we've not seen those kind of wickets. Very hardly. If you look at the percentage of games played on a really good track and the games which are played on conditions which are helpful for the bowlers, I think this World Cup has been bowlers' World Cup with that.
Correct.
Regard.
Yes.
Bowlers have made that kind of impact. So that's something which has been missing with West Indies. So they have to look at this game with building an innings. Have some kind of a formula which you work towards, rather than just going on individuals, and individuals stepping in, So someone is in good form, he's scoring runs, so there's no pattern. I think West Indies, for their cricket to go forward, they have to create that pattern of play and stick to that, or the brand of cricket which we often speak about, that a certain brand of cricket which West Indies should be playing. There's no method to the madness. There's no madness right now.
That's what's happening with them, right? I also feel like maybe Pooran and Hetmaya need to be separated. You know how you have two friends when they're kids and they get into trouble together?
Different sections or something like that.
Yeah, you just put it like a holder or someone in the middle of them and say, guys, just stay calm. Because both of them are prolific talents. They can really swing the ball. I don't know. That's what I think. They just put Holder in the middle of, put him in the middle of, just break up that party. And so he's there to be the responsible adult, right? Okay, hit. No, wait. Okay, hit. No, wait. And then he sticks around.
He actually should be floater. You know, in this batting lineup, Holder should be floating.
If Shai Hope is batting, he shouldn't come in.
Exactly, exactly. That's spot on. You know, if Shai Hope is batting, he can hold himself back in the batting order.
Yeah.
But if Shai Hope gets out, he should walk in there, hold that one end. You know, we've seen in the match against Australia as well. He was actually holding the other end, and people can just take risk and play big shots around him.
One parent has to be there at the party at all times, either Shai Hope or Jason Holder, right? For adult supervision, one of them has to be there. Okay, well, I want to ask Joyda if the question today is as interesting as the game coming up.
No, it's a bit better. My questions, hopefully, no, I hope the game is better than my question, but I'm not sure. The question is a nice one today.
All right, let's go. Let's see.
Here goes.
Show us what you got.
Okay, the first cricketer, I'm talking about three cricketers. The first cricketer has a son playing in this tournament. The second's autobiography is a pun on a big theft. And the third captained a team in the ICL. What were these three cricketers together known as?
What? Captained a team in the ICL.
Yes, that should give you a big hint.
Yeah, that's a big hint. I think that is the hint.
That is the hint.
It's damn complicated here.
Yeah, but what are these three known as together? That's it.
What were they known as together?
Oh, who are these three? What are they? I'm not going to give you any more hints.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's a bowling of that. I told you, na, Brett Lee.
That's right. Brett Lee told me that story as well, where it was Shane Lee, Ian Harvey, and then Brett Lee.
So they called him Oswald.
And Steve Waugh looked at that and said, "Oh, Lee Harvey Oswald," and then he started calling him Oswald.
Yeah.
For the younger ones among you, Lee Harvey Oswald was the one who assassinated JFK. That's John F. Kennedy, the president, not the airport. Not to be mistaken for the airport code of New York. Nobody can assassinate an airport.
Look, today is going to be a big match.
Yeah.
Good match. And I'll tell you why. It's match number 42. What is match 42? The answer to life, the universe and everything according to Douglas Adams in the book.
Oh, yes.
So today
I forgot to get my hand towel today, but yeah,
yes,
you're right.
You get a towel today. This is a big match.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, it should be. That's now you've said it. Douglas Adams has said it. Who are we to argue with? All right, my 11th Circle Expert Couch prediction. West Indies batting first. I'm supposed to guess first today, right?
Yep.
I'm supposed to guess first today. I have a feeling that spin will open against Gale and Gale will hammer it everywhere. They will get to 304.
Okay, I'm going second because we have to give 284.
284. Zaheer.
250.
Good one.
Spin for the win.
Backing Afghanistan.
Spin for the win.
And backing them to get the first victory of this World Cup.
Spin for the win. There you go. The battle lines have been drawn. What do you think? I don't even think the players are this wound up about the match as I am suddenly, right? Because after all, it's the expert couch that is up for grabs. Tell us what you think. Tell us the joy factor question. If you know the answer, hashtag Cricbuzz Live on Twitter. That's hashtag Cricbuzz Live on Twitter. Send us your answer. And of course, if you have a score prediction, send that to us as well. We'll send you a picture of the expert couch autographed by all three of us. Basically graffiti and spoilt by the three of us. All right, that's all we have time for on My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. We're going to see you at the end of the 15th over on Cricbuzz Combox with a little update. So do join us then. Thank you to Joy Bhattacharya and Zaheer Khan. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm Gaurav Kapur. We'll see you soon. Take care.